Hello, my name is Michael Souliard, and today we're going over the SmartPTT PLUS release for version 9.1. For those of you who aren't familiar with SmartPTT already, I'm going to take a brief moment to go over the standard and optional features of SmartPTT PLUS. The standard features include all of your voice dispatching functions, which include selective call or private call, group call, all call, radio kill, remote monitor, and so forth. We also support text messaging as a standard function, which enables the dispatcher to transmit and receive text messages between an individual radio subscriber or a group of subscribers. We have event logging, which is going to record each data event that occurs, whether it's a text message, a emergency event, status changes on telemetry, which is one of the following functions that we support telemetry exchange regarding the rear accessory connector on the MotoTurbo Mobile. Fleet management is going to let you manage individual subscribers, a group of subscribers, or all subscribers to update functionalities for them. Lone worker is also a standard function. So let's say you have a worker who's working alone in a hazardous work area. We can automatically turn on the lone worker functionality for that subscriber, so while they're working in that hazardous work area, it's like they're being watched by the dispatcher automatically, so that if anything happens, they don't move or PTT their radio for a period of time. We can notify the dispatcher that there may be an incident occurring. And we also do job ticketing standard, which is going to give you work order management. This way you can make sure that nothing slips between the cracks, and it helps ensure customer satisfaction and hospitality, or it can help make sure that equipment downtime is less in like a manufacturing environment. Now, some of the optional features of SmartPTT PLUS are going to include your GPS tracking, web data client. The web data client is going to let you do real-time GPS tracking and text message exchange through a PC's web browser rather than having a dedicated dispatch client. The monitoring aspect is going to give you like all of your RDAC functionalities plus a talk-in RF coverage heat map. If an incident occurs with one of your repeaters, it can send an email off to notify somebody that there's an issue with the radio system, so that it's going to help reduce your downtime. Voice recording is going to give you a voice logging on the radio server and instant recall on the dispatch client. Motorola's come out with a new indoor tracking feature with the new E-Series MotoTurbo radios, and we work with that functionality so that you can track where your employees are for accountability or worker safety purposes inside of a building. Your radio network bridging is going to enable you to bridge systems together. So if you have a customer migrating from LTR to Capacity Plus, we can bridge those systems together during the migration period. Or perhaps you have multiple IP Site Connect systems that you want to bridge into one larger IP Site Connect system. This will do that for you. With SmartPTT Plus, we can do direct IP connectivity for both voice and data using the NI data and the NI voice protocols. Now, the new E-Series radios from Motorola have a built-in man-down license that you can get. It's an option. But for the older radios, the first generation and the second generation radios, we offer man-down firmware for the generic option board or GOB inside the radio. And finally, we do support telephone interconnect functionality so that radio subscribers can make and receive telephone calls. Now, in SmartPTT release 9.1, we've added a lot more functionality to Capacity Max. We released Capacity Max in version 9.0, but Motorola's come out with a lot of enhancements to it, and we've added additional support. Now, one thing I want to make clear is version 9.1 of SmartPTT must use Capacity Max firmware R2.7 or higher. If you're using R2.6, you must use SmartPTT PLUS release 9.0. So some of the enhancements include we've increased the number of sites that we can support up to 250. We also support up to 15 voice gateways and 1 data gateway, both primary and secondary. So this is, now we're going to support your much larger MotoTurbo Capacity Max systems. We also support redundancy for the Capacity Max system server. So the CMSS can have a redundant CMSS, and we can support operation with both of those. We also support redundancy with the MNIST data gateway. So this way, if the primary goes down, the secondary or redundant can pick up, and you're not going to lose any of your important data. We have a system-wide all-call feature now, so this can help save time in case of an emergency. Rather than trying to send a message to multiple talk groups, you could do the system-wide all-call. Now, this is a new but very powerful feature that Motorola has come up with. In the past, there's always been a radio kill functionality, which enables the dispatcher to kill a radio. Well, with Capacity Max, they've come up with wireline console radio kill. This completely kills the radio. The only way to revive the radio is to send it to a Motorola service center for them to re-enable it. So you have to be very careful in letting your customers use this functionality. Because it is so powerful, we've limited access to it by use of a user and password. Now, the standard radio kill functionality has been added in the wireless mode using control stations for Capacity Max. Now, Motorola has also come out with a new topology. It's called Extended Range Direct Mode. My understanding of this is essentially a store and forward device, a store and forward repeater. So if you need to extend range out into a dead spot on a simplex channel, this new topology is going to essentially record that audio and then retransmit it out into that dead spot. So some limitations on this is it only works with the SLR 5000 and the Paradise and Paradise Lite radios. This does not support data revert or phone calls. For SmartPTT to work with this, you must have an IP site connectivity license. Now, some of the new features or updates we've done to SmartPTT 9.1 include informing the dispatcher of network problems. One of the common issues is the customer may lose connectivity somewhere in the system, and they think that the application is having issues. So with these new system messages, it can notify the dispatcher that there's a connectivity issue somewhere within the network, whether it be between the dispatcher and the radio server or between the radio server and the radio system. In an example here, they show that the redundant trunking controller is disconnected and then that it reconnects later. So this can help dealers be, one, more clear on where issues are occurring, but it can also help them reduce technical time, because one, it's telling them where it's at, but it will also let you know if it's fixed the problem on its own. We've added additional voice recording file formats. In the past, we've always supported MP3 formats, but now with 9.1, we support OGG and WAV files. OGG is about the same size as an MP3 file, but better quality. The WAV file is going to give you a higher quality recording, but you're going to be making a trade-off for disk space. Now, we have this indoor location beacon list in the call window. So when we first released the indoor tracking feature with SmartPTT 9.0 at CPE this year, we were surprised by the number of requests of people that did not want to see the location indoors on a map. This was usually due to union restrictions not being, with employees not being tracked. But the union still required the companies to be able to identify their location. So in response to all of these requests, we've created a list of beacons in the call window that the unit is in range of. So this still helps you quickly identify where the subscriber location is in the case of an emergency. Now we have this new subscribers movement report. This is kind of like a start-stop report, and what this helps with is fleet efficiency. You know, a lot of fleets, what they do is they have a manager do a ride-along with a driver, or they may shadow that driver to see, you know, where they stop, how long they stop there for. And so the manager will spend the morning or all day just monitoring a driver like this, and it takes up a lot of time. It's highly inefficient. So with the subscriber movement report, we can note when they start moving, when they stop moving, where they stop at, how long they're there for, so that you can track their movements throughout the day. Now the location will show you the address based upon something like Google Maps or the coordinates, but you can also create points of interest. So if I wanted to show Motorola Schaumburg as a point of interest instead of as a street address, I could do that. This way, when I'm looking at the locations, it's more easily understandable as to why did that driver stop at that location. So now we can sync the settings between the main and redundant radio servers. In the past, you would have to configure both the primary and the redundant separately. With version 9.1, we automate this for you. So it's going to help simplify the configuration process and reduce any chances of errors with the separate configurations. We have added some additional processing for when you are using control stations. For example, if you were to be bridging an LTR system into an LCP system, you might find that there might be bleed through of like trunking tones or some other tones into the audio from the control station. Well, that bleed through can affect the audio quality in the bridging process. So we've created a program to let you create different filters to better control the audio quality. So we've added high pass and low pass filters, high shelf and low shelf, band pass filters, gain and notch filters. So some of our recommended next steps for you is now that SmartPTT 9.1 is being released, we recommend that you download SmartPTT 9.1 from the MOL and install it as a demo in your office so that you can demonstrate this to your customers. Offer the SmartPTT 9.1 to your new customers and vertical markets. Or if you have customers already using SmartPTT, but they're on an older version, is you can sell the annual updates so they can get access to the new features in SmartPTT 9.1. So I want to thank you for your time today. Again, my name is Michael Souliard. If you're located in any of the blue states here on the map, you would work directly with me. My phone number is 786-923-1401, or you can contact me also at michael@smartptt.com. For sales in the green states, you would work with Terry Lang, and Terry can be contacted at 786-923-1404 or at terry@smartptt.com. And I'd also like to welcome Ray Irigoyen to the team. He just started and he's taking over sales in Canada and the central U.S. He's represented by the orange states, and Ray can be contacted at 786-923-1407 or at ray@smartptt.com. So again, thank you for your time, and please feel free to contact us with any questions that you might have.